Hello guys, welcome to another video. You may have observed sometimes that when we create a web application using technologies like Bubble, Next.js, React, when we create those applications, they mostly don't rank on Google search, and they don't appear in Gemini and ChatGPT searches. So mostly it happens because the SEO of our web application is not good enough. So in today's video, I would like to give you a few tips that you can follow for the better SEO of your web application, because most of the times when we create a web application, the content of the web application is behind a login. You need to create a login to access that, and Google cannot read that content. So the number one tip is that you need to have a public directory where all the all the useful information which can help people find your web application and find out your services, you need to put that content into that directory. That directory can be like a blog.mubarakday.com, whatever your platform name is. You can have that directory where all the blogs are written, all the useful information is there, so that once anyone searches, they are directed to those blog pages or your landing those blog pages, and then on those blog pages there is a redirect link to your app. So in this way you will be able to generate traffic, and you will be able to rank on Google, and also you will be recommended by Gemini and ChatGPT. Also, the second most important thing that you can do here is that I recommend you that your website, like your blog, should be created into technologies like WordPress or Webflow, because these technologies are designed with perspective of SEO. If you will try to write all your blog into technologies like Bubble or Next.js, there are lesser chances that it will be recommended by Google, because there are particular formatting issues into these technologies. You may be using plugins which will not be that much effective. So better is that your web application should be created into Bubble or Next.js, but your website or the blog should be created into WordPress or Webflow. So that is my second recommendation. Third thing that you can do for your application to be recommended by Google and other LLMs is that your website speed should be good enough. If there is a page which takes 4 seconds in uploading, Google is not going to recommend that. So make sure that the speed of the application is good, and speed of application depends on hosting sometimes too. So the public content that you have, it may be on WordPress or Webflow, make sure the speed of loading those pages is faster. And if it is slow, then it can be due to the hosting of the platform too. Make sure that your hosting is good enough, and you have a dedicated hosting, so that the speed of the application and also the website is good enough. You can make sure is that there should not be any broken links on your web app and website, because if you have broken links, that impacts your site badly. So try to avoid having any broken links. Audit your website and find out and remove them or fix them. Most of the times your website is slow because the images which are on your website or the web application, they are not optimized. They are not sometimes compressed, or they are coming from any content delivery system which is slow, and that impacts the speed of your application. So make sure that the images on your images and video content on your web application is optimized. That will impact the speed, and that will also eventually impact the SEO of your application. So when Google crawls your web application, it also checks like how it's going to look like on the mobile version. So it's very important that your your web application should be responsive. For example, while crawling, it finds out that the button in mobile is very long, very big or smaller, or also the text is size is not good enough and it's not loading properly. Then in that case, what it will do is that it's going to de-rank your web application because it's not mobile optimized. So always check your web application if it is mobile responsive or not. Sometimes you may have seen URLs on your web application like this, where for example if there is a product or a service listed and the URL shows like this which contains different numbers. This is very bad for the SEO of your web application. So the best thing is you can do here is that you can use slug option, which is available into Bubble and other technologies too. In the database you can put slug field which gives details about the product. So the name of the product or whatever the details of those product are, they are part of the slug. Once they are part of the slug, then the URL of the that product or service will show properly, and then Google will be able to read it, and once it's able to read it, then it will recommend into Google searches too. The next thing that I recommend you is that you can install Google Search Console into your application. Once it is installed, it will help you understand KPIs, key performance indicators of your web application too. So there are a few KPIs which are very important for identifying how Google looks at the content on your site and how people are interacting with your application. So the first KPI that you can find out here is that what exact keywords people are using to find out your web application. So this is a very important data. What terms people are using to find out your product, your web application, what services you provide. That's an important data, and you will be able to get it from Google Search Console. The second very important thing is click-through rate. Like how many people found your link and then they clicked on those links too. That's also very important data, and you will be able to find out on Google Search Console. The third important KPI is impressions. Impressions are important to find out if your web application appears into search results or not. If any data from your site appears into search results, it means that it got an impression. The fourth important information that you need to look into in Google Search Console is that how you rank. Do you rank on the first page, second page, or third page on a particular query? Okay, so these are a few things that you will be able to find out into Google Search Console. So it should be installed into your web application. Thank you.